Hi, welcome back. I'm Faye Jones, and this is video number 6 in the video series, 7 Steps to a Meditation Practice. These last two videos are probably the most important part of this entire series. Everything we've done up until this point leads up to these 2 days worth of information. And what we're going to be talking about for these next 2 days is establishing a daily practice. I've broken it up into 2 videos because today we're going to talk about why. Why is that important? What are the benefits? Why would you even want to do it? And then tomorrow we're going to talk about the more practical how to make that happen. So for today, we're going to be looking at why meditate daily. Now, first of all, the really obvious thing is the more often you go somewhere, the easier it is to return there. It's the same thing when you go somewhere new in the car. After you've done it 15 or 20 times, it sometimes feels like the car drives you there. And that's what we're going for here. So establishing that consistency is going to be a really important part of setting up this daily practice. Because then when you're in the midst of whatever craziness is going on in your world, your default then is going to be different. You're going to kick into, I'm going to come back to my breath. I'm going to come back to this present moment. And when you're in that space, everything else becomes easier. Where before, your default might have been, I'm going to get angry. I'm going to start yelling. I'm going to get very quiet and seethe inside. So if you shift up what's happening with you inside, it's going to affect how you perceive your world. It's going to affect how you live your life. So this is what we want to do, is begin to just carve that groove. We want to create the little ruts in the road that make it so that it's much easier and much quicker to get there. Second most obvious thing is health benefits. There have been hundreds of studies done about the benefits of meditation. The obvious things are there's a decrease in blood pressure, stronger immune function, you effectively reduce stress and anxiety levels, you increase your life expectancy. Anytime you've got less stress going on in your world, there is less load on your body, and this sense of peace that kind of takes over in its place is something that actually promotes the growth and regeneration of healthy cells. So it's actually changing you on a cellular level when you are meditating consistently. There's also been, many studies. I was going to say a study or two, but lots and lots of studies, that meditators tend to have a superior mental and emotional state as well. There's less depression, anxiety, anger, sadness, fear. People who meditate are more likely to have more friends and have healthier relationships and have just a higher level of subjective happiness and contentment with their lives. So in addition to all of these health benefits, your life just in general becomes more clear. You feel more calm in your life. And the repercussions of that are endless. First of all, increased productivity. When you're in a calm place, I know you've had this experience, I'm sure you've had this experience because I have it all the time. If you're stressed out, if you're breathing very shallowly and you're worried that you're going to run out of time, you're much more likely to make mistakes. And so what happens when you're in that really calm, peaceful place is you're in that, I call it the Wonder Woman space, where you can just go, okay, I got it. I'm on it. If all of the problems that come to you, all of the alarms that go off and what have you, you go, I know how to deal with that. So you're likely to be a lot more productive in your work, in your home, in your relationships, and so on. So it goes on and on and on. And then the other part of that with this space of peace is that difficult problems suddenly have these really simple, clear solutions. And that is a very exciting thing. I find that when I'm sitting in meditation, I get quiet enough to hear the answers. Because the truth is, for every problem, there's a solution. And sometimes there's just so much static, there's so much noise going on in your world, you can't hear it. So when you have that consistent space of quiet on a daily basis, it's almost like a vortex for solutions. It's kind of beautiful, and it never fails me. So that's a compelling argument, I'd say. Next is you definitely have a strengthened sense of spiritual awareness. And whatever that means to you, you do tend to have a closer connection with that when you take that time every day to check in with it. You're also more likely just, and this is some people's idea of spirituality, is you're more likely to be noticing the world around you, noticing nature, noticing what's happening in your world. And when you're in that present state, you tend to be more in a space of gratitude, which is a beautiful space to be anyway, all by itself, but it's also a space that allows you to attract even more good into your life. So another benefit. So another thing that I have seen is that people just want to be around you. When you are calm, you attract in a different kind of way. You don't attract chaos. It's kind of amazing. And the people who are attracted to the calm are going to flock around you. It's kind of cool. And aside from being just very attractive in your life, it just feels good. When you feel like that, when you feel that sense of groundedness and that sense of peace and calm in your world, it feels good. And, I think I'm the ultimate original hedonist. I like to feel good. It makes me very happy to feel good. So I say go for it. So the last thing that I want to say about establishing a daily practice is it's one of those things that works if you work it. Now, if you're a 12-step person, you recognize that saying. And just like the 12-step programs, they're fabulous programs. But if you're not engaging in them, if you're not engaging in this kind of training, is I guess what we've been talking about all week, then as good as it is, you're not going to receive the benefits of that. So I love the analogy of going to the gym. This is training in that same kind of way. When you go to the gym, you work a little bit today, and you work a little bit the next day, and a little bit the next day, and over time it adds up. So this is one of those things where, if you have the great gym bag and you have the great gym membership at the best gym in town, and you've got the perfect running shoes and you've got the greatest workout gear, but you never go to the gym, it's not gonna make any difference. So step it up, start engaging with it, be there in that space, be there with yourself for just a few minutes every day. It doesn't have to be a long, long time each day. It doesn't have to be that you sit in meditation for 30 minutes or 60 minutes or more several times a day. It doesn't have to be that. Just create that regularity, create that consistency, and you will, I guarantee it, start to notice some amazing changes, some transformative changes. And what a gift, right? What a gift to yourself. So again, play with it, explore, have some fun with it. This is not a big serious thing. This is not, oh, I'm meditating, it's so serious and so not necessary. This is a fun exploration into yourself, into your heart, into your spirit, and have a good time with it. It's actually a very expansive space to be in, and it can be a lot of fun. So sit with that one for a while. Tomorrow we are going to be doing the final video in this series, and that will be a daily practice part 2, which is going to go into how to make this happen. So for today, this is Faye Jones. Thanks so much for joining me. Namaste.